It starts with a wizard, he's old and he's wise, and though he is small, there is strength in his size. The Goliath from the west, he's not smart, but he's strong. The Flagon Slayers, this is their song. Now the warlock, he's lost all the memories he had, 'cause to deal with a demon went seemingly bad. And the druid on his quest to save the shadow plane, when you hear tortured souls, you'll remember his name. They're the Flagon Slayers, and this is their song. They're the Flagon Slayers, the adventure goes on. The cleric, she heals in the light of the moon. She wants to find purpose, it'll come someday soon. Then the rogue draws his sword, metals clashing again. When it comes to a duel, he will always win. They're the Flagon Slayers, they drink and they fight. They're the Flagon Slayers, by day or by night. They're the Flagon Slayers, and this is their song. They're the Flagon Slayers, the adventure goes on.
Hi everybody, welcome back. Zach will not be joining us this week, but you got us, so deal with it. In case you missed last week, the group, after receiving visions and threats, decided that they needed to continue on and start to get things done, considering that the zenith is inching ever closer. The group discovered perhaps the name of the Baylor that is Animus's contract holder, Frazenblow. I'm looking. I knew one of you was going to snicker. After doing some research and bribing an official with delicious pastries that some people were upset about that he used enlarge on, because why didn't he just order 12 if he was going to? Anyway, don't question it. They discovered that the Baylor had been exiled from Fraz's army after a allegation that Fraz was aligning himself with outside forces in order to exist in a new world that this outside force was promising. The group now needs to figure out where he is, and perhaps what to do next. Oh, and also it was confirmed that Zygon's wife, Rebecca, was in fact seemingly kidnapped, but she put up a good fight beforehand.
She was in fact seemingly kidnapped.
Yeah, she was in fact seemingly kidnapped. There's no hard evidence. You haven't
allegedly
seen her kidnapped, so therefore we presumed kidnapping.
We just got out of court. It's allegedly kidnapped.
Allegedly, supposedly kidnapped.
Possibly, questionably.
She is currently unlocatable, but you know.
We are walking out of the archives right now as a group.
Okay.
Hey, Animus.
Yes?
The zenith grows ever closer, does it not?
It does. We have 3 weeks and 1 day.
It do be doing that.
3 weeks and 1 day.
It feels like we've been spending our time on 3 weeks and 1 day for a month and a half, but you know.
To be fair, you guys have been doing a lot in a very compressed time, as usual.
We kind of have to when you get this close to a major thing.
The thing that we've been building towards for almost 5 years.
Yeah.
I can't believe we've been playing this game that long.
I have a feeling.
Some dreams when we started playing this game.
Yes, we have, we've spent a little bit of time, and if we, stay on our current path. I kind of thought the Baylor may be a little easier to find. I don't know how much time wasting it would do for us. But I'll ask the group. Our current goal is still to build our strength as much as we can before this fight. So we could skip the Baylor for now and maybe circle back to it. Maybe ask Mathis if he could locate the Baylor for us while we're going down to get the last of the, Jacob, what are they called?
Weapons.
The items, the weapons.
Messages of divergence.
Thank you. Well, we could skip the Baylor for now, maybe ask Mathis or someone to go maybe locate that. And he could be a nice, like,
How many more messages do we have?
Just one more vestige, and it is very close to also the final stop for my
Araminta?
thank you. I am blanking on everything right now. But that's up to the group. I know that after Zygon seeing his situation with his family, you guys may be a little bit curious or scared of what you saw as well, so I would not put it past you to maybe want to check on things. But as we saw with Zygon, I think it may be safer if they've already run, like his daughter. They are safer without us, because we're being watched at all times.
Let me cast Ascending to Linares.
Let's get out of
You're on a different plane.
Let's go back to the material, or go back to the guild hall for the night, because we need to get some sleep.
Fine. Pull my finger.
I'm pulling his finger.
You hear a small bit of gas leak out, but nothing else happens.
God damn it, Anzu.
And then you guys teleport away. Back in the guild hall, you guys are in the main office room, the one that's like warded for conversation. Things have seemed to calm down. Everything's kind of quiet. You do hear Thea, because of your elven ears. You hear the faintest, and I mean the faintest, sound of metal hitting metal, like a ting, ting. It's very, very faint though.
Where from?
Down.
Are they still digging holes in the basement?
Oh, fuck. I've already talked to them about this shit.
Likely. They are building a city down there. Do you want to know what it's called? It's called Baltimore.
The
Name
underground
for a
city. Oh wait, hang on. If I may, Hunter, punch up your joke. Cole Baltimore.
Baltimore. Sorry. I clever.
Gosh,
you little
dang it.
rascal.
Gosh, dang it.
Yes, I
Oh,
believe the
that's funny.
population
I've got to
right
make
now.
that happen now. Oh my gosh, that's funny.
How many of them are there? There's like
There's
a couple
a
There's
thousand, isn't there?
hundreds. There's hundreds plural.
Literally
Oh,
dozens.
hundreds. Okay.
tens of
Kobolds
Sad.
don't live very long, so they breed quickly.
There's fews and
The
tens.
population's up to 300 now on the third generation.
Are
Quite
kobolds
interesting,
are,
really.
are kobolds like rabbits? Do you have to start hunting them before they start overpopulating?
No, we don't have to hunt them, although
Anzu-
they do think that we are deities.
Anzu and Animus. Animus make a nature check. Anzu make a history check.
Got a natural 20.
Nice.
I got
Yeah. It's always on the useless stuff.
I don't think this is useless. I think this is funny.
24.
Okay. So, Anzu, historically speaking, kobolds are tied to a dragon, and they worship that dragon as a god. You know that stuff. But normally, there are sacrifices that have to be made. It would normally be either food, treasure, or sometimes the kobolds themselves. Animus, you know that one way that kobold populations are kept in check is that their dragon lord would sometimes get angry and eat a third of them. And that it is very common in kobold culture for kobolds to be
Oh no.
population controlled.
Oh, this is horrible.
Should I just walk down there and point at one and be like, you, come here, I'm eating you.
Oh my god. Azure, I think what we do is just send them on more, like, grunt adventures. You know?
Send the workers
That's a nice
into more
way of saying
dangerous
suicide
conditions.
mission.
Whoa. That's better than killing and eating our workers, alright? There's no union that controls something like that.
Anyways, if you do remember, there is an event coming up where we will send all of them to.
That is true, actually, yeah. I think having lots of them is not a horrible idea.
And the bushes.
Before
Expects the bush brigade.
we go check on if they're digging there or if it's something else, I just want a quick vote, or I just want to hear out from the group your ideas of what we should do next. Do you think we try to track down the Baylor and kill him, or do we try to ask someone from town, like Soph or Mathis, if they can get someone to track down the Baylor for us? We fight him later before the war as a pre-war build-up fight, you know? Like a...
We're gonna pregame the war.
We pregame the war, and we go straight to trying to find the next vestige of divergence, as well as the water Ashari. Third option, because I would completely understand this option, we check on your families, and that could take
I
a
would
couple
like
days.
to check on my family very quick, and I can do it right now. If I just take my thumbs, put it to my temple, and extend my fingers like an antenna.
You got a bad signal.
I am
You
now
gotta adjust
casting
the bunny
sending.
ears. You gotta adjust the bunny ears. Bad signal. Oh, you're getting close. Oh. Maybe a little bit more left.
Imagine if that's
Little
the
bit.
sending
Hold
works.
on.
Honestly, that'd be hilarious. Okay, you got it right there.
Okay, I'm holding it. I'd like to contact Linares.
Okay.
Linares, my darling, how are you? I had a bad dream, and I just want to make sure everything's safe.
So, as you send that message,
Am I still posed?
you're still posed. You gotta keep the signal. It reaches her, and then she's out of reach. And then it reaches her again, and then she's out of reach again. But there's no response.
In my 275 years of service to this world, why would that happen?
Well, are you asking the DM or are you asking the group?
The DM.
Okay.
Andrew would probably know that.
Make an Arcana check.
21.
Okay. There's a few different reasons why. It could be that where she is has like some weird magical barrier, so she's like going in and out of that barrier and it's causing this weird interference. It could also be that she is trying to evade her pursuers by plane shifting back and forth. But it's hard to tell.
Anything, Anzu?
No. She's evading.
Okay. And Thea, are we able to contact your father, or do you think that's a little hard to do since they're in a different plane of existence?
Not sure.
Or do you want to see if we can go try to track them down?
If anything, I'll cast sending or try to scry, and I can do that from hopefully wherever. Well, I can't scry. Do I? Scrying, does it have to be on the same plane of existence?
Helps.
Double check.
I think it helps. I think you get like, there's like that point
I know sending, you have a better chance if you're on the same plane of existence, but it still works. Usually, like...
Are you guys excited that there's a new rulebook coming out in like September? A new player's handbook in September.
I can't wait to keep using our players' handbooks.
I don't know. I'm willing to see what 5.5, or I guess D&D 1, I think is what they're calling it. But like, I'm excited to see what 5.5 might work. But I'm not holding my breath.
What could possibly change?
I know one
The
thing that
whole
they were
rulebook.
wanting to change is how critting worked. They were wanting to change like how like certain attacks couldn't crit, and it was weird. Scrying only works if you're on the same plane of existence.
Okay. I'll figure it out. It'll be...
Okay.
Well,
It's like I mean,
I've checked on my family, but I don't know. I feel like I would like to get to the bottom of this soon, but if getting rid of this Baylor would strengthen you and help you in the long run,
I think
we're gonna need all the help we can get.
I just don't want to waste time, and I want to get rid of him as much as possible, because yet also he kills me if I don't kill Zygon, and that could happen very soon. That is our other major
I'm gonna have a
issue.
bad time.
I have an idea.
So, what is it?
I have a four-sided die in my pocket. Why, don't ask me, for I tinkered it up.
Of course you do.
It's
Such
just
a
like a
one.
rock that he's like chiseled.
Such a tinkerer nowadays.
Oh, yes, I've always been a tinkerer,
Always
you
with
know
the
this.
tinkerer.
Always. Perhaps a 1, right? We go for the last weapon. A 2, maybe we can go to your Eremite. A 3,
Those two do coincide. They're right next to each other.
Well, I think we might...
options.
Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead. Sorry, you go ahead.
A 3, we go for the Baylor.
Uh-huh.
And 5, we all kill ourselves.
5? Oh, okay, yeah, there's no 5.
on the D4.
I think that was the point. Yeah, I think that
Are you
was the
ready?
point.
Somehow it comes up 5. We just...
Well, hold on, wait, hold on. Do we... What does the group think about this? I am also under the impression that if...
I think we're
Our-
horrible at making decisions.
No, I know. I'm laying this out real quick. If any of your families want to be found, we'll find them. If not, they're doing a good job of not being found. And if they're already taken, it's kind of up to decisions that are made on the day of the
Convergence.
thank you, the convergence day, that if
Converge tendency.
that if something if decisions are made that day, that is what's going to happen to our families, whether or not they get what they want. So if our families are already taken, they are most likely not going to be used as or tortured or killed or anything until that day. And going in to try to save them already otherwise is too dangerous for us, because we just tried to do that 3 or 4 days ago, even though it doesn't feel like 3 or 4 days ago.
I don't have a two-sided die.
No, well, you're
A coin. That's what a coin is.
God damn it.
Wait a minute.
It still works, though. It still works. 1, 2, or 3. And then 4 is... Yeah, you said it. 1 is go to the vestige first. 2 is go to the water Ashari first. 3, we try to kill the Baylor. I don't know what 4
It's a 4.
Alright, let's go ask Mathis to find the Baylor for us. I'm making that decision.
Pull my finger.
Theo, what was your thoughts on this before we pull his finger?
Whatever order you feel like doing them in. Doesn't make a difference. I'm seriously.
If we get the vestige or the Aramente, then that could help us take care of the Baylor.
Mm-hmm. The only risk that I think we talked about before was what I just said. The Baylor could kill me at any moment for not killing you. But I think that's a risk
about
worth taking, because if he comes to us, we can kill him, right?
Oh
Pull
no,
my
I've been through this
thumb.
before. Those take you to court.
If you pull my thumb, I'll take you to Mathis. If you pull my pinky, we'll go to Vestige.
Someone
I
else.
don't know where the vestige is, Anzu.
I know. If you pull
Both
my
good
pinky, we will walk there.
It's in the middle of the ocean, as far as you know.
Zagon, can you pull his thumb this time? Wait, can we not just walk to Mathis? It's nighttime.
Yes,
we have to.
could.
We do have to sleep at some point.
We don't have to.
I need to sleep.
So now-
I'm in a bit of pain after that run-in with Felshanar.
Yes.
He's a mad motherfucker. I would like to
Mathis.
Yes. Oh, yes, to Mathis. Wait, let's also go check at what's going on with the clinking metal that Thea heard in our...
He hasn't told you about that.
No, she said...
It's some thinking metal.
I thought she said, are they digging?
Yeah, but she didn't. She just asked that. She didn't say.
She just said it. We're going to check.
Weird. What's that weird metal sound?
What's that crazy
Sounds like
metal
a piece of
sound?
metal against a piece of metal.
What?
All right. You guys go down to the basement. You see a few kobolds that are kind of just hanging around, chit-chatting, doing a little bit of water cooler talk. You see a few tunnels that are kind of like a few openings that kind of create like a spider webs like network in the area. Where are you going?
Do we have a map?
I
Oh,
think
no, there's not a map.
this is going to be... If we're talking about time wasting, the Baylor may take less time than whatever the hell this is.
I'm going to start walking to Mathis'.
Okay. Do you not want to check on the kobolds? They only really listen to you.
Oh, fine. I'll go down there.
Okay.
I'll go down there.
Do you have dark vision? You should. You're a gnome.
Yeah.
Okay. You see a few, it seems as though the kobolds have kind of built a small community for themselves. There's, like, offshoot tunnels that go into, like, essentially small burrows, like houses. You go down into this tunnel, and you hear the sound of water.
No, fuck.
Kind of just gently flowing down. You eventually get to the mouth of this tunnel, and you see that you are now in the sewer system for the city. And then there's more tunnels that have kind of spread out from there.
So everything looks fine. They're just, developing stuff. So I'm gonna walk back up. Oh, they've developed a sewer system and there's running water. It's quite intricate.
It's just... There's just not enough time in the day to figure out what the hell they are and what they're doing.
They're geniuses. I quite love them.
Well, you are their father. Or their mother?
Yes. Except for this one next to me, whose hands I shit in whenever I feel like it.
I did notice that he just came up to you as soon as we came down the stairs.
That was only a one-day job.
Yeah, but we left halfway through the day, though.
Turns out he was really good at it.
He got hired. Turns out it's really good for their farming that they're doing down there. Let's head to Mathis.
All right. Everybody make a perception check for me.
Is there anything in the backyard before?
There's a big statue of Andy.
Yeah, I know. Did they move it?
Yeah, they put it where you wanted
Is
them.
there also a small statue of a kobold with its hands cupped behind it?
No, but you could probably have that commissioned.
Yeah, let's get that with it leaking through his fingers.
Oh, God. Andrew, you need to eat more than eggs, bud. Gotta get some more sustenance in those shits.
Alright, I got a 15.
15? Okay.
18.
30, 20.
See what you get?
Yeah, 24.
24. As you're going through the city, things seem quieter than normal. There's not as much nightlife going on. Not as many people on the street. Yeah, it's just kind of quiet. There's just this eerie quiet to the area.
I don't like this. This reminds
It's not good, huh?
this reminds me of Western.
Hmm.
Well, fuck
Before
you,
or
I'm
after
from
the
Western.
explosion?
And we had to walk through Western when it was completely taking over.
I think the Shadowfell is a shithole.
It is.
Objectively, it is.
Objectively, it's. I mean, other than the Shadow, other than the Raven Queen's castle, I would say it's a shithole. And a couple other locations, you know.
Where the family has their summer home, it's lovely.
Yeah, let me take you to the brewery we went to whenever Velshinar gave us a break.
Yeah.
Just kidding. He just whipped us on our breaks.
Anyway.
You guys eventually get into the Cloud Top District. And this is when you remember that Mathis is not living there anymore. Because his house got broken into and he almost died.
Isn't he like in the sewer now?
He is in the sewer now.
Ah,
You know the
That's a
place
football
that
town.
you know the place that Anzu
Yes.
just was in?
Go Baltimore. They're probably in
It's
Baltimore.
Yeah, but-
relocated to Cobaltimore.
there's no way we were making our way through that sewer system and finding Mathis.
No, the sewer system that the
please.
Kobolds
No, I know.
are in is the city's sewer
No,
system.
I know that. I'm saying we've never traveled by sewer system that extensively to
Anyway.
the city.
Listen here, piss nuts. My kobolds can get us anywhere in the city.
You know, you're
Yeah.
probably right, but since we're already in the Cloud Top District and we already know where the entrance was to get into the sewer where Mathis is.
There, I see a
Hideout
sewer
is.
grate over there. Shits McGee over here can help us through.
Jacob, do we know where it was that we came out of
No
when we
voice for shits, McGee?
saw Mathis's hideout last time? Because it was pretty close to under his house at one point.
It was nearby, but you have no confirmation that that's still where he is. It's likely that he actually moved, considering that you guys saw where he
Oh
was.
my god, he probably brought up a residence in Baltimore. Anzu ask, Anzu
Housing
ask,
grilled sheep in Cobaltimore.
ask your kobold if he's seen anybody that matches Mathis's description in Baltimore.
Shits McGee, have you seen anybody that looks like a human
Dude.
down there?
I mean, we've seen a few humans down there.
My god, they've become the crocodiles in the fucking sewers.
We ran into a few class members, who they tried to hustle us and say we didn't have permits, but we had permits.
God damn it.
But I don't know.
Well, what do we want to do now?
Can you
Go down
cast?
there and just start yelling for him.
You could also cast sending to him.
Fine.
We are about to sleep.
I will point my fingers towards the ground.
And Shits
and
McGee
cast
has
ascending.
officially been written into canon.
I mean, he's technically already been a character. That's just not what his name was.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm saying Shits McGee is.
Okay, Angie, what do you want to
Official.
what do you want to send to Mathis?
Hello, Mathis. I hear you are in the sewer. Looking for you. Come to my kobolds if you know where they are. Period.
Do you say period?
I say period.
Okay.
Absolutely.
A few moments pass. Anzu, I'm not currently in Amon, meeting with an old friend in Craghammer. I should be back in a few days.
Ooh.
Is this important?
Yeah.
Animus, it sounds like we should just go to the vestige if this is going to take a while.
Yeah, but we need to get information to him somehow. We could ask him to come by. We could ask Soph to probably try to find the Baylor. Or for Soph to lay off the information to Mathis when he comes back.
You mean a letter?
Yes, information. Pages and pages of information that we need to give him so he can find the Baylor.
Write it out, give it to Shitsmagee. Shitsmagee will give it to the other kobolds, and the other kobolds will find him.
I'm gonna make a few copies. Can you send back to Mathis to come to the guild hall and pick up information from Soph, and Soph will give him what we need when he gets back in town.
Yes. Pick up the information from Soph. Soph has the information you need. Do it when you can.
No response.
Was that a sending?
He didn't say anything.
Okay. Alright, well, I guess we just trust that Soph can do it for us. Very trustworthy guy, anyways, so. We need to get some sleep, though. All of us went through a lot.
To bed and the vestige in the morning.
I know we're all pretty traumatized by what we went through today, and I mean, Sears hasn't even said anything, so it's crazy. It's off to bed. Oh wait, off to Soph, then to bed.
All right. You head back to the guild hall.
I don't like the when we get to our guild hall. I hate that.
On the way, Thea, make a perception check for me.
I feel like we didn't notice something.
21.
Okay. You might be getting paranoid. Or this might be a real thing. But you have noticed a cat following you guys. Black cat following you. With golden eyes. It's kind
My
of...
insight check that cat.
Cat, inside check that cat. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Oh. I don't have a dice tray, so it's a little difficult to roll.
No worries.
29.
21.
29.
29. Okay. What exactly are you wanting to glean?
Does it seem like it's following us? Wait. I guess. Does it seem like a real cat? Or a person pretending to be a cat?
It appears to be a cat.
Yeah, but like behavior wise. Anything suspicious?
What can you see with your wizard eyes.
It's
Use your
clearly
loop.
it's clearly following you.
Does your loop see that kind of stuff?
It only sees into the ethereal plane. It doesn't like
Is
see
that-
whether
Wait,
someone
does
is
my jeweler's
shapeshifted.
loop? Can I look at the cat with my jeweler's loop, like kind of discreetly?
Yeah.
Just discreetly put on a monocle.
I mean,
Oh, hey.
it's even more
Just-
intricate than a monocle.
Oh, true, yeah.
There's nothing that you can tell. I mean, the jeweler's loop doesn't work on seeing like magic or anything. It sees the ethereal and
Oh, that's
stuff like
fair.
that.
I just thought I'd check.
It could have been ethereal. We never know. Well,
Yeah.
now we know that it's not, but
If it was
before...
ethereal, you wouldn't be able to see it because it would be in a different plane of existence. It's tangential to the prime material plane.
Well, there could have been an ethereal owner following the material cat.
Yeah, an ethereal owner walking their material cat.
It's D&D, Jacob.
Yeah.
We've seen crazier things.
Just a leash floating in the middle of the air.
That sentence was probably more normal than half of the things we've done in this campaign.
Maybe a quarter.
What time is it?
About 9 p.m.
Anzu has a
Okay.
kobold following him around to pick up his shit with his bare hands.
I mean, canonically, Anzu's never pooped, so...
He's really just my right-hand man.
He's
Shit
like his
McGee.
consigliere.
Yeah.
Named Shits McGee.
No, I want to change his name to Michelle.
No, it's Shits McGee. It's canon. It's in the book now.
That joke was for Brady and Brady alone. I saw it. No, it's good. Okay, anyway.
If I had to give him a real name, it would be Paul.
Blade. Laser. Blazer.
I guess I'll just keep walking and see how
Yeah,
far it
it's
follows us.
It's following you the whole way.
All right.
That's a sus cat.
It's about 20 feet from you, watching you.
All right.
Menacingly.
Suspicious.
Do you guys want to go inside, or do you want to deal with this cat?
I don't know if we've seen the cat. I think it was just a Thea thing.
So you guys go inside. Not a lot of people there. A few of the regulars, but nothing extreme. No huge parties or anything like that.
Ugh. Soph at the bar.
Yep, as always.
Zygon, I think we need a drink. Cirrus, you too, buddy. Maybe it'll get you talking. I pat him on the back.
He just kind of shrugs.
That's outrageous.
Alright, you go up to the bar. Soph sees you. Good evening. How are we this evening?
Well, Zygon's no longer in contract,
Oh,
and he was dismissed
wunderbar.
of those allegations. Anything new
The
happening?
system works.
The system works. Finally. We've seen it working.
Score one for the good guys.
Well, it was in the abyss, though. It wasn't on the material plane.
Does the abyssal legal system work better than the prime material plane?
That is a hot topic right
That's
there.
a clickbait article right there.
How are things here at the tavern, at the guild hall?
Things have been a bit slow, but it's fine.
Anything new happening with you, Soph?
Nope, same old stuff.
All right. Well, probably need a drink for every one of us. So,
Well, I assume we're having a celebration.
yeah, we can call it a celebration. We just not the best. Zygon, what would you call us? The whole thing after the trial.
As you're talking, Soph pulls out a small step stool and gets up onto the top shelf of the alcohol cabinet and brings it down. I was saving this for Well, it does not matter. But why not celebrate? And he holds out. This is dragon-aged whiskey.
Oh, damn.
So the way dragon-aged whiskey is that the gland from the fire sac of a red dragon is extracted, and then the oil that is produced in this gland is put inside a cask. It like coats the cask, and then they put the whiskey inside it, and then it ages.
You trying to tell me that fire breath is stored in the balls?
No, it's more like a pituitary gland. Or a thyroid.
Balls.
Dragons don't have testicles.
I think we're gonna make it canon that fire breath is stored in the balls.
I don't think the DM is going
As
to make
far as
that
we know.
canon.
It's been
I
written
mean,
in the
you
book.
two. Zygon and
In the book.
Anzu can think that all they want.
And everyone
We've
who
met a
reads
few
this book.
dragons in our day. Exactly. When the world ends, when the convergence happens, and our book is the only thing left.
He pours you some shots of it. A word to the wary. His stuff has a kick.
Well, to the first part of the end of the world being a positive one. Zygon no longer on trial. Hear, hear.
Yeah.
The Anzu, you guys are there too. I just want to let you know. We're all taking this shot together.
Sure.
And Sirius. Sirius is there too.
Yep, and Sirius is here, not talking.
Everybody make a Constitution saving throw.
That's cocked.
20.
Okay.
Dirty.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Should have taken the cock number.
18.
Okay.
10.
Okay. Animus, what's your HP at? Just curious.
Why do you want to know?
Just curious. Just curious as to what your HP is.
Can you just tell me how much damage I take if I take damage?
No, just curious.
Oh, it's somewhere around half.
Okay, okay.
It's a little less than half, just barely.
Okay. Thea, what'd you roll?
14.
Okay. Animus, you take 3 points of fire damage
Gosh. That's okay.
as it burns real bad going down.
Do I kind of like breathe it out as I like...
Yeah, all of you, as you breathe out, just a nice, like Caleb when he vapes.
Try not do it as much. Trying not to.
I thought he was reaching for it as he was
No,
saying.
I'm doing water right now.
It's like,
Don't worry.
oh, man.
You got me
Real smooth
thinking.
stuff.
You got me thinking about it.
He so recorks the bottle, puts it back up. Here's hoping that more successes empty that bottle.
What did you say you were saving that for, Soph?
Oh, it's nothing.
No, you should... We've been focusing so much on our adventures. Why don't you tell us a little bit? I mean, we haven't talked really since... For months, maybe, since all this started happening.
It's nothing, sir. I assure you.
Alright.
It is, the old expression, mortals plan and gods laugh.
Did something bad happen?
No. Just something changed.
Okay, well... We're all here to talk if you need it. Just remember that.
You are dealing with much bigger problems than anything I do.
Soph, no problem among friends is bigger than the problem that we face in the world.
I believe you've been drinking too much.
I'll have another.
But I just...
No, not another one of those. Just give me, just give me some ale, please.
Okay. So he pours some for you, and then he kind of gets back to work.
Oh, Soph, one more thing, sorry.
Yes.
There is something we need help with. The Baylor, the one that was my contract owner, or is my contract owner. Our whole issue right now is not being able to find him to cut the contract. And Zygon is still the last name on my arm to kill. So one of us will die if the Baylor stays my contract owner. So, we're trying to find him. We found a book that seems... His name is Frazen Blow. Seems to be on the material. Frazen Blow.
No.
Crazy.
Shocking.
That sounds like something I used to get up to in Old Onoa.
I mean, I understand why he's so angry.
Well, demons, they do not often get to pick their own names.
That's true.
It was much like a cruel joke.
Yeah, like a boy named Sue.
Is that a person you know?
It's a ballad I heard once. I think Turk picked it up when he went overseas one time.
I could ask Turk to play it if you would like.
No, it's okay. We need some happier, just upbeat music going right now for the few people who are in here drinking. It's been quiet around here.
Yes, I have noticed it as well.
Do you know any reasons for that?
No. I think Ganesh mentioned that there was some sort of farming festival north of the city, but
Okay.
that was a few days ago.
I have a bad feeling it's something to do with the times we're in, but anyways. So, we're trying to find the Baylor. If you have any connections to be able to find him, he may be on the material plane. That is what we found in the archives. For some reason, he could be on the material planes right now. Otherwise, Mathis will be around in a couple days when he returns from Craghammer to pick up the information as well. If you both could work on it, it would help a lot.
I have a few friends who may be able to help, but I would need to travel to see them. They are a little cautious when it comes to magical communication.
How long do you think that would take?
If I was given permission to use the junction, I could do it probably in a day.
All right.
But also, demonology is not an exact magic. But I do have some friends who could, perhaps, with the right price, of course.
Of course, you can use however much you need from the guild's funds, and then if there's extra that need to be included, then
I would also need 2 of the kobolds to come with me.
you can take 4 of them.
Please no. I do not want to have to deal with 4. 2 is enough.
Alright, Anzu, bring 2 of the kobolds up. Actually, just tell 2 of the kobolds they'll be leaving tomorrow with Soph.
Only 2?
Yes, I know. But we need to save the rest for whatever the hell this war is going to be.
Very well. You will have to.
And then I think us as I think we already have permission, our guild, to use the junction, or the higher members of the guild, which you and Garnash are included in. So you should be able to just show your credentials at the junction and be able to use the teleports there.
I will get the paperwork in order. Also, Andrew, pick two that you don't like. It's best that you not ask questions from this point.
They're finally living their purpose that they would have in a dragon colony.
I'm gonna go down and, I mean, what?
Just play eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Yeah, I'll point at one over here. And then I'm gonna point at another that looks like he's not doing his job.
Okay.
And I'm gonna be like, you two are going with Soph tomorrow. Big mission for Daddy Dragon.
You see one of them is like picking his nose.
Gross.
Yes. Only you can do this. Make me proud.
Both are kind of... They're not super enthused about it, but it's like, what are they going to do, you know?
Alright, I'm going to sleep.
Real quick, Anemis.
Yes.
I will also need a vial of your blood.
Okay.
Again, it is best if you do not ask questions.
Can you not get me tied up with more demons?
Oh, no. But again, do not ask questions.
Alright. And I'll take out one of my vials, and then I'll just kind of cut the tip of my finger.
One of them feathers just right off. I kind of wish that Kinku had like feather hands, you know what I mean? Like instead of like fingers and stuff, they just had feathers that they could like grab stuff with. I don't know.
They're somewhere in the middle
like
of...
some Aarakocra kind of do.
Well, they're kind of like bird claws, but they're like more anamorphic. They're kind of in the middle.
They're like people hands. Yeah,
they're in the middle of the two. It's
Yeah,
exactly what you would expect from a large talking bird.
Yeah, it's like Big Bird.
Big Bird, yeah.
But Big Bird doesn't have hands. Can you imagine how terrifying it would be if Big Bird just had human hands?
Alright, I'm also gonna go to sleep after giving him all the info.
Okay. Before you go to bed, Zygon, Soph pulls you aside. Just one more thing.
Yes.
I would need a vial of your blood as well.
Insight check.
Okay, go ahead and make an insight check.
Wow, I didn't think to insight check him because I just trusted him.
Because I have faith.
Coming this close to a war where we know that they've cloned some of us already, and I just openly gave someone a vial of my blood.
Just be like, oh, sweet.
Yeah.
See ya.
Keep that out of a contract. I'm not trying to, you know. It's a 21.
21. So, you have known Soph for a while now. You've kind of picked up on a few of his tells, even though he has very few. He's not seemingly lying, and with what your knowledge of demons is, what you're inferring is that Soph is going to some people who know how to perform demon location and summoning rituals, and that they need the blood of the person that is tied to that demon, the target of that demon, and 2 bodily sacrifices.
Correct.
And it's mainly, so the way that it works is the blood that he's taking from you two is going to be used to draw the circle that the 2 kobolds will be placed in to be sacrificed in.
These poor guys.
What's wrong? What's wrong, Caleb?
Poor...
you said nice.
No, I said those poor guys. Those poor
poor guys. Oh, well, you know. You guys are the ones sending them off.
Hey, Our other option for the kobolds outside of the war was to kill a third of them in one foul swoop, just like their mother dragon would have done.
Or daddy dragon.
Or daddy
non-binary parental dragon.
Well, Inzu is a mother dragon, so...
Would you say he's the mother of dragons?
Mother.
He is all. I am all, and you are me.
Okay.
I'll walk behind the bar. Bring out my sword. Slice the tip of my finger open. Put it into a vial. And give it to him, and then I'll, like, pour some alcohol on it.
Stings a little bit.
Go to bed.
Okay. You see Soph labels the vials so that he doesn't get them confused.
Smart man.
I will have this done. You will also likely know when it is done. Just to forewarn.
I don't like the sound of that, but alright.
Once the Baylor is located, you will likely have 24 hours to deal with him as you will before he relocates.
Sounds good. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Alright, is everybody going to bed?
Going to bed.
Yes.
Alright. Is there anything anyone else wants to do before they go to bed?
Shopping. No.
Shopping episode!
Quick update on my maps, which should be already updated on the possible location of
cookies.
Possible location of the water Ashari, as well as the location that we know of for the vestige of divergence.
So the water Ashari,
it's a moving island. I know that.
Yeah.
But they have one area.
You've got a region. Yeah.
So
and then where the last vestige is seemingly in the middle of the ocean.
Yes, in the same ocean as the airship or the water Ashari. So.
Yeah, but that's still saying that, like, you know, like the West Indies and Britain are in the same ocean.
I mean, it's still better than Whitestone to Vasselheim. So.
Yeah. All right. Thea, as you're going into your torpor-like state, you hear a cat meowing outside your window, and just looking into your window.
You know, like, look at it. What are you doing here?
Meow.
And like walk over to the window. Why are you outside? Couldn't have followed. You couldn't have like followed me into the guild hall.
Spider. Oh my God.
Are you serious right now? Caleb's scared of a spider. Well, okay, I don't think
That's
Caleb's
valid. Birdie shot me.
Birdie dog. Wow, she's just looking at you like, really? You just said that to me?
Poor guy.
You're crying for no reason. Oh god. Sorry. Trying to look at my spell list. Does this cat feel like threatening in any way?
I mean, it's a small cat. As threatening as any small cat is.
That's fair. So extremely.
The local bird population.
Oh, jeez.
Hmm. I'll just look at it and I'll just go, "Why are you here?"
It's a good reason.
I don't trust this.
Thea, do you remember if there are any, like, if the window has a windowsill or if it is just a window? And there's, like,
I always
nothing
pictured it
below
as just a window.
It is just a window. This cat is sitting in midair.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah. It's not, it just going, meow.
So it flies too.
Well, yeah, maybe it flies.
Floats.
Hovers.
It can do some sort of defying of gravity.
It's sitting on ethereal furniture.
There's a 10-foot tall ethereal person holding it up like this.
It was always the owner. We always knew it was.
If I tried to cast like dispel magic on the cat, would that work through the window?
Let me read dispel magic. I mean, it doesn't say that it's like a beam or anything, so yeah, you could do it.
I'm gonna try.
Okay.
It just falls.
You see the cat begin to kind of, you know, when cats feel like an earthquake is coming, they kind of start getting a little panicky, and then it goes and just falls like 10 feet.
You killed a cat.
It's a cat. It'll land on its feet.
It's dead.
It's hold 10 feet. You then look down, and the cat,
God damn it.
and then it goes, sits right back in front of you.
Oh.
What the fuck? Do I have any knowledge about what might be happening right now? Why would a cat be floating?
Make an Arcana check.
Like, this could either be a high-level druid who is a cat and casting spells as a cat, right?
Yes.
That would be a very high level druid.
That would be max level druid.
Yeah, that'd be an extremely high level druid.
What kind of check was it?
A Arcana check.
14.
14. Well, you know, you run through the options. This could be a familiar. This could be a druid. This could be a wizard using polymorph, or, you know, a bard using polymorph. There's a lot of options. You're learning that, you know, like in the D&D world, animals can be whatever.
Yeah, but
Could be the
polymorph only lasts
strangest
an
tabaxi
hour.
you've ever seen.
When did I first encounter this cat?
When you guys were walking home from Mathis's place.
Yeah, so like, how long has that been?
Couple
Now
hours.
it's been about, yeah, it's been about an hour or two.
Okay. I don't know what to do with this.
See, its eyes are like gold, and it almost looks not like, its eyes are really big, and it's kind of like this tiny little, like, it almost looks like a cartoon cat. But it's not, but it's still real. It's a weird, it's like, you know, those cat squishmallows with the huge eyes? It's like that.
It's like when Puss in Boots does that thing to his face.
Yeah.
He just does the cat face.
Exactly.
So we got a Puss in Boots situation. Alright. I'm gonna turn around, I'm gonna walk out of my room, and then I'm gonna
Okay.
walk downstairs
Okay.
and outside.
Okay. As you open the door to the guild hall, you see a cat just
Just right there.
Just right there, right in front of the door.
What are you?
Make a perception check.
28.
28. You couldn't quite tell while this thing was floating, but it has 3 tails. Or at least you thought it was 3 tails. You see 2 are kind of attached to like the middle of its back. And you see they're kind of like feeling around, and they're more tentacly than they are taily. This is not a normal kitten.
How would I have missed that?
Because it was dark, and it's a black cat. Duh.
Obviously.
And by the way it was hovering, it had like wrapped its tentacles around it, so it kind of blended in with the fur. This is a displacer beast kitten. And you see there's like a shimmer of another cat about 10 meters behind it, or 10 feet, I guess, because we can't do metric. 10 feet behind it, and it's the same thing.
But it's like, is it the same cat?
It's the displacer kitten. It's a displacer beast, so it can
Okay, yeah.
put itself.
It's just the other image.
Yeah, you don't know
Well, I
which
didn't
one's the
really-
real one, but
I'm gonna try to touch. I'm gonna just reach out very tentatively at the one in front of me. Try to pet it. It doesn't try to bite me or anything.
no, it just starts
I
purring.
mean, and there's no suspicious people like on the outside, like just like
Not that you
watching
can
me try
see.
to. I feel like Birdie. Yeah, I know this is suspicious.
Bruce, I don't know about this cat.
Yeah, I know it's stressful. I'm gonna. Can I pick it up?
Yeah,
Okay, I'm gonna walk it into the. I'm gonna walk it into the guild hall, lock the door. Assuming it's like time to do that, you know, and people aren't still coming in. But gonna walk it to Anzu.
okay. Anzu's doing his pre-bed naked Tai Chi. And you see he's fallen asleep mid Tai Chi.
I knock on his door just real loud, and then I look away because I know he's naked.
I
Look
will.
what I found.
I'll put a sock on it and
Oh.
put on my slippers. Open the door.
It's one of the. It's like a baby sock. It's not like.
Oh my god. It's the Anzu size sock.
No, not a baby sock.
No.
I'll open the door. Oh dear.
I found something.
No, it's a baby. Hello, baby.
It's
Oh,
a
this is
displacer beast
adorable.
kitten.
It's a. Could I?
You see the tentacles kind of going, like feeling around the space.
Oh, that's disturbing.
I would like to examine it really quick. Can I?
Seems healthy.
What do I know about them?
Well, displacer beasts breed very infrequently, and that kittens tend to. There's been very few sightings of displacer beast kittens, mainly due to the fact that they the displacer beasts tend to, you know, shelter with them and kill anything that comes anywhere near their young. However, Thea, displacer beasts can't fly or hover. So... And it clearly fell. Like, when you dispelled magic, it clearly fell. So...
I'll convey all of that to Anzu and tell him that. And
Okay.
I know. Oh, that's. I mean, I have a cloak of displacement. That wouldn't have anything to do with why it followed me around, would it?
No, it does
I
not
can't
think you
imagine.
are its mom.
No,
Okay,
no,
I
no, no,
didn't
no.
think so,
Hold
but
on. I'm
have a
looking
check.
through my long list of spells. Can I cast Identify on it?
It is a displacer beast kitten.
Nothing else? No magic on it or anything?
Not that you can tell. It is magical. It's inherently magical. But this is not a normal displacer beast.
Can I cast Comprehend Language to speak kitty?
It would be much... You'd have to
just
cast Speak with
right?
Animals, and you have a druid in your group that could easily do that.
That was my next step.
But I would also say this, displacer beasts are not animals.
What if I polymorph into a displacer beast?
You're still you. It's not true polymorph.
Also, if it's not an animal, I don't think you can do that.
Yeah. Well, technically, you can call
say
it
cat
true
is a
polymorph.
language? I would say cat is a language.
Cat. It's not a cat though. It's a monster.
Don't call him a monster.
He's adorable.
I would say just enjoy him while we can. Maybe I could make something to turn him into a regular kitten, right? So nobody, specifically its
Starts
mother,
hissing
tries
at
to rip
you
your
and
face
so-
off, right? Now
You see a few of you see the tentacles kind of like start like smacking you lightly.
It is very adorable.
It seems to understand what you're saying.
My concern is that it was with somebody. And it was looking into my window, and it followed us home.
Well, why don't we ask him? Were you with somebody?
1 meow for yes, 2 for no.
Meow.
Okay.
Were they bad?
Meow. Meow.
Oh, they were good.
Is that person still outside?
Meow. Meow.
Do you plan on going back to that person?
Meow.
Did they want you to be here?
Meow. Yeah, so just looking, displacer beasts are monstrosities.
Do they live in Amon?
Meow. Meow.
They don't live in Amon. They wanted him to be with us.
They wanted him to be with us?
Yeah, I asked him, did they bring you here on purpose? And he said yes. So I'm guessing they, like, hovered him above your window because they wanted you to see him. Did they want you to be with Thea specifically? Oh, well, you have an admirer.
Could you take me to this person? Okay.
No?
I'm gonna set the cat down then.
You see 2 cats.
Lead the way.
Starts walking through the guild hall. You see it gets distracted. You see it sees a glass on the edge of the bar.
We'll come back to it. No.
Not the glass.
No.
It gets ready to jump.
I'm gonna grab it. I said we'll come back to it.
You see one of the tentacles smacks the glass off the bar.
Also,
I think he wants it now.
All right, so you guys exit the guild hall, and you see the cat begin to walk down the street towards what would be the exit out of Amon.
Okay.
I might get
I'm gonna
murdered.
cast Pass Without a Trace on us.
Okay.
Do I still have a sock on?
I mean, you can put your clothes on before you leave.
Yeah, I'm gonna put on my clothes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll put on a bathrobe.
Okay, you got a bathrobe on, which means you don't have your staff with you. Just to be clear.
Okay, I'm gonna bring my staff.
Okay, and bathrobe and staff. Okay.
Yes.
So you guys spend the half hour getting out of the city. With the cat just kind of. You eventually make it outside. And you see the kitten starts to run. And it goes up to the leg of what you assume is Mommy and Daddy Displacer Beast. As it's just kind of scraping against them, purring, and they turn around. Meow! And you see the two Displacer Beasts are kind of sitting there. And you see a figure behind them that's cloaked.
This feels like a mistake.
Why are they always cloaked? They're always cloaked. They can never wear a tutu or a nice suit.
A tutu.
No, this wasn't a
nice.
regular Displacer Beast. Is it like... Right?
I mean, they're Displacer Beasts for sure.
Yeah, but you said it wasn't a regular one.
Well, yeah, it was able to fly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, or at least hover. You see a small amount of hair kind of coming out of the hood, and it's like this like auburn red color, and it's about shoulder length, maybe a little bit longer.
Who are you?
Well, I guess you wouldn't recognize me without proper attire. Takes the hood down, pulls out from behind her a large witch's hat that, like, goes over the brim of her head.
Oh boy.
It is a pleasure to finally see you, dear.
Oh boy.
Tasha, Queen of the Witches,
No fucking
stands
way.
before you.
What the hell?
I'm so confused. Who is this? I don't... Is this your...
I look at him and I just point at the fucking chicken foot on my, like, face.
You see she
She's not a
lightly
chicken.
pets one of the Displacer
I see what's going on here.
So you sent this little guy?
beasts. Well, Fauntleroy enjoys his little runs, and I thought, I was in town, so I would send him by. He is just the bestest little kid, and she starts petting him.
Oh, okay.
But, I thought, I said we would be in touch, and, here I am, getting in touch.
Thank you, I guess.
You're very welcome. Anzu, make an Arcana check.
I am making an Arcana check. That would be 25.
25. You've been in the presence of Archfey. You've been in the presence of gods. Tasha is very, very old and very, very powerful. She's giving off a lot of arcane energy. This appears to be a woman that perhaps is one of the first magical users ever. She is very old. But she looks to be a human woman in her, like, mid-20s. She looks around Thea's age. Like, of course, Thea's an elf, but, like, concurrently.
Hello, Tasha. My name's Andrew. Big fan.
Not as big a fan as your wife, but it's okay.
Do you know my wife, Linares? She's adorable,
I
isn't
do.
she? Yes, yes.
She's quite powerful, and I believe she's in quite the predicament right now.
Is she? I don't know much about that.
Well, when someone plane shifts dozens of times in one day, it sends up a little bit of an alarm bell.
Would you, could you be maybe more specific?
Well, she is being pursued by those awful shadow creatures, and she was trying to get away from them by plane shifting many times, to the point of her own exhaustion. But that tenacious dragon son of yours appears to have gotten her to a safe place, at least temporarily.
Where would that be?
I'm afraid I'm not at liberty to say. You can never be too careful, dear. You should know that more than anyone.
So, at some point, are you going to tell me what you need from me?
Oh, I need nothing from you, dear. No, it's just nice to have someone to talk to. It's that little piece of magic that wove its way inside of you. I'm afraid that if you don't get it out soon enough, it's going to be... Well, I don't know how much your medical science is advanced. Do you know how aneurysms work?
No.
Well, essentially, eventually, that little spark of sorcerous magic is going to dislodge itself from wherever it is inside you and explode, with quite a nasty effect.
And did that come from you or somewhere else?
No, it didn't come from me. I actually don't know where it came from, but I have a feeling it has something to do with the untimely resurrection of some adventurers in Western. But that is something we can deal with later. I am famished, and you have a guild hall with food, correct?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay.
Prepared by kobolds.
And I'm assuming that it's all on the house.
Sure.
Good.
Absolutely.
All right. Fauntleroy, please lead the way. He goes. And he just, You know when cats get really like full of themselves and they start like doing that butt shake thing when they walk? That's what he's doing. Now, you realize the city is a little bit quiet. I like to keep a low profile when I travel places, and so I've been weaving a few hexes here and there to get people to maybe want to take that spontaneous vacation that they've always wanted, or maybe reconnect with nature. It should pass soon enough, but it allows me to travel more freely.
What are you doing in town?
Oh, well, you know, seeing some old friends, along with collecting some needed information about what's to come. You see, unlike the gods of this plane, I have more fluidity when it comes to travel, but Exandria is just such a lovely place, and I would hate to see it go.
You and me both.
But, I thought it would be best if I perhaps came and gave a little bit of insight, and, got to meet one of my new friends. At least face to face. How's the woman that you saved? Is she doing better?
I haven't gotten the chance to go see her. Been meaning to.
Well, we can take care of that in the morning if you would like. Even though I don't believe she's in town anymore.
I heard she's doing well, but I haven't seen it for myself. But I do know they gave me the deed to that winery.
How beneficial.
A businesswoman.
Getting the proceeds from it yet, or no?
No, I haven't gone to deal with any of it. Been
Legal
really busy.
legal issues are so boring.
Truly. Yeah.
You guys eventually arrive back at the Guild Hall. You see the patrons have left seemingly early. Soph is kind of wrapping things up, checking everything. Turk is making sure he's got all of the money that he's received for the evening. But yeah, everything's pretty quiet.
Well, as we walk in, I'll just go. This is our guild hall. Make
It's
yourself
even
at
lovelier
home.
on the inside. When you brought Fauntleroy in, I was unable to see everything super clearly. The magical wards you have on the building are quite impressive. I'm assuming that was you, Anzu.
Oh, yes.
Well, it's always nice to see the craftsmanship of a master tinkerer and master wizard.
Oh, she's flattering me, Thea.
Don't worry, dear, I'm much too old for him.
This is also true.
She turns over to Soph. She's, bartender. And Soph, you see, is immediately kind of like... Again, it's kind of like a cat when they sense danger. You see, kind of immediately kind of prickles up a little bit. It seems as though he may know who this is, or at least can identify that there is someone of quite immense power in the room. He says, yes, we are closed for the evening, but it seems as though you are a guest of our owner and her uncle. So, what can I do? And she's, well, it has been such a long journey. What do you recommend? And you see she's clearly flirting with everyone. It appears as though Tasha is one of those people who does not know a stranger. She's flirtatious, but not like in a sexual way. It's more of like just her personality is kind of flirty. You see Soph kind of... He notices that you two are seemingly okay, so he kind of calms down a little bit. You do notice, because your perception is so high, that he had one of his hands on a concealed knife that he keeps on his person at all times. You see he kind of lets off of it. Well, our chef was about to go to bed for the evening, but I can have him prepare something quickly. She says, oh, if it's going to put someone out, I don't want to. I can have whatever's ready. And he says, I will go see what as soon as you're back. So Tasha sits down. She takes her hat off and puts it down. She then turns to her 3 displacer beasts and she says, oh, displacer beasts aren't welcome here, correct?
Here is in like the guild hall, or
Just in general, in it would scare some, right? I mean, I noticed your barman was a little apprehensive.
Yeah, I mean, in general, probably no.
All right, everyone, thank you so much. And she holds out her hat, and you see them jump into it, and then disappear. She puts it back down.
Neat trick.
Well, when you've lived as long as I, you learn quite a few neat tricks.
How do you get one of those? I'm talking about like the displacer beast.
Oh, well, you have to raise them from the time before they open their eyes. And mine are not exactly displacer beasts. They're more magic itself that has created a form. Imagine it's more like a displacer beast suit of armor that the magic is wearing.
Interesting.
They
That's
can
why the
change
little
into
one
other
can
things.
fly.
Oh well, Fauntleroy is he's quite a little precocious. He he likes to travel, shall we say. He's been many different places, has many different things. But he prefers the Displacer Beast kitten, even though he is older than time itself. I don't know, to each their own.
See.
But he is just so adorable. Oh.
He is quite cute. Hmm.
You see Soph brings out, like, a few dried meats. Kind of like a charcuterie board, basically. Very akin to girl dinner, if we were going to...
Girl dinner.
Girl dinner.
Only the finest girl dinner for Tasha.
Exactly. If there is anything else, I will be retiring for the evening, but our patrons...
I should be able to find it if
Yes,
we need anything.
Thank you. He also brings a bottle of pretty good wine over and sets it down with 3 glasses. Tasha, you see just mage hands, and then the mage hand begins pouring glasses of wine. Now, Thea, have you noticed any strange fluctuations in your magic recently?
Well, I don't. I mean, I know it was like not.
You
as
have wild
good
magic
as-
surges now.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's probably a weird fluctuation.
The sorcery has become a bit more apparent.
Is anyone in your family history appear sorcerer? Were any of you born with magic? I guess would be a better question.
Not that I'm aware. Oh, Meryl. Well, I don't know. What about
Meryl
No, because
was
that was
given. She learned, yes.
She's been touched by divinity, so
Yeah,
it's a
that
little
happened later.
different. It's more likely that like your family now can produce ASMRs because Meryl has been touched by divine presence.
That would be more her line.
Yeah, Meryl's family, like Meryl's line, could now maybe produce an elf ASMR, which would be very, very cool.
I guess. Well,
That's
I
how
guess,
ASMRs are made, Zygon. When a god touches someone.
Oh. Whoa.
Therion.
Whoa. Whoa. Not your step bro. We haven't seen him in a
I'm
while.
sorry, Zygon. What did they do to you?
Or half
True.
bro.
Half.
have
I don't want to talk about it.
shared a womb.
What?
Not at the same
Technically.
time.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
You said so.
Oh wait, yeah, no, you were twins. Yeah, my bad.
Half
Kinda.
twins.
Kinda.
It happens very rarely.
Magic's weird.
But even that happens to people, some like regular people. Sometimes.
2 different fathers. Yeah, crazy.
Yeah. The only person born with it would be my half brother, my twin half. You know him.
The demigod.
Yeah, for obvious reasons.
Interesting. Why would this be manifested? And you see she begins to kind of mumble to herself as she's drinking. It appears as though Tasha is alone most of the time, and she's used to being alone, so she kind of drifts off and is like taking notes and consulting books and stuff while you two are just sitting there. As she's kind of eating some cheese, some dried bread, or some crusty bread. It's been out all night. Nothing in the family. But that adventuring party in Western is troublesome. Thea, have you received any recent communication from your mother?
My mother.
Indeed.
My dead mother.
Well, partially, right?
You mean partially?
What the hell?
I thought you had already known. Is it true that you have found clones of yourself and your friends?
Yes.
Well, perhaps they're not the only ones.
No shot.
I would suggest looking into that. Western is better now, thanks to that group, but I would suggest looking into things. But I can't say too much. You see, there's rules against interference from extraplanar beings, such as myself.
When she says that group, does she mean like the resurrected versions of us? Like the resurrected clones of us?
You don't know.
What do you mean by that?
You just know there is an adventuring group in Western that you guys a few weeks ago received a report that Western was under attack by shadow creatures. You never really followed up on that. And another adventuring party came in and took care of it.
Who's part of that adventuring party?
Oh, I don't know much, dear. All I know is that they seemingly came out of nowhere. Seemingly knew a lot about the creatures that they were fighting. And seemingly knew exactly what they were going to do and where they were going to do it. I just thought it was kind of interesting. And she begins swirling her wine, takes a sip of it. But, I mean, it's all conjecture, and I'm more worried about getting that little spark of sorcery out of you before it causes any irreparable damage or even your death.
Pizza dough didn't rise.
Did she say the pizza dough didn't rise?
I think that's what, unfortunate.
She did, that's why
You hate to see it.
Oh, that's
Yeah, my mom was
unfortunate.
trying to make pizza.
Not the pizza dough.
It didn't rise, okay?
Sure that-
No!
God damn it.
That's much more important than anything we're doing. The pizza dough not rising. Oh my gosh, seriously, that makes me legitimately sad.
Yeah, I'm sad.
Oh, that sucks. Well, now you can have flatbread.
Good one.
But,
How would I go about removing something so intangible from my being?
well, Well, whatever the source that gave you this little spark, you could find them and have them remove it. I could also remove it, but the chances of irreparable damage are pretty high.
Okay.
So, I'm an option, but probably not the best.
Okay.
You could also try and expend all the magical energy at once, but I would suggest doing that in a place that is very, very low inhabitants, or a person that you're very angry with.
Okay.
Thea, I need you to make an Arcana check for me.
13.
Okay. As Tasha says this, something seemingly clicks in your brain, and you now have a new ability.
Oh.
You have a Sorcerer Explosion. So, what it does is 20 D10 force damage, centering on you and expanding in a 120-foot radius.
What the fuck?
However, you instantly drop to 0.
Good thing we have
It can
another
be
player.
used once, and you have a 33% chance of instantly dying.
It's a good thing.
And I don't mean like your body, you just die. I mean your body will be ripped apart by the arcane energy, and you will not be able to be resurrected. you will die. Your soul explodes.
What was the percent on that?
33%.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Maybe we don't go with that one.
Didn't cast like Death Ward or something, and
It doesn't work.
Shit.
oh, good.
It's essentially a low-grade nuclear device in your body. It does 20 d10.
My God. That's very stressful.
Also, every day, starting now, you will roll percentage dice. It will start out as 5%, then 10, then 20, then 40, then 80.
Why does
By
it start
day-
at 5 and then go up by 10s exclusively?
It goes 5, 10, 20, 40, 80. By day 6, if you do not have this removed, you will die. You will explode without warning, dealing 20 d10 within 120 feet of you, and then you will die.
Oh God.
You have 6 days.
Oh God. Okay.
In game days, not in life days, because then you'd be dead before we played again.
Right. That's awesome. That's really cool.
Oh, and if you roll, so like on day 2, if you roll under a 10%, you die. On day 3, if you roll under a 20%, you die. On day 4, if you roll under a 40%, you die. 80%, you die. If at any
Stick to
point you
J.
roll below that percentage value, you die. Birdie's like, no.
Yeah, I know that's pretty
A
bad.
real
Pretty,
shame if they kidnapped Thea.
Yeah, really.
Wait, did you say I have to roll now?
No. Starting
Okay.
after the next long rest.
Okay.
You can prolong this. It only triggers on long rest. If you only do short rests from now until it's removed, it won't do anything. But I don't know if you want to do that.
That's good.
But Thea doesn't sleep.
Yeah.
So she doesn't sleep, but she still needs a long rest.
Mine are like 4 hours.
Yeah.
Oh God. This is the first one.
But this will kill Thea, and she will lose her soul. Her soul will explode. You cannot bring her back. You cannot reincarnate her. She will die, and she will not go to an afterlife. She will cease to exist.
That's so sad. Why? That's not cool.
Caleb, did you hear that?
Shit.
Okay, Abby, do you want to explain to Caleb what's going on?
Wait, was he gone for all of it?
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
basically.
Last time I left was the sorcerer's explosion.
Thea is a battery, a magical battery, and if Thea sleeps, the more she sleeps, the more that battery charges, until one day that battery will blow up and everyone around her will die, and it will be completely spontaneous.
In 6 days, probably.
Yes.
Give or take.
Assuming I do all of my long
And
rests.
if she explodes, the soul is destroyed, meaning Thea will not go to an afterlife. She will not be able to be resurrected. She will cease to exist.
Okay.
Pretty sucky.
And then you said that there's a couple ways for her to get that out.
Tasha can remove it, but there's a chance that Thea dies.
Yeah.
The person who implanted it in Thea initially can remove it
Okay.
Who did that? though?
with no ill side effects.
Oh shit.
But who would have implanted it?
I don't know who did
Or Thea can try to expel all of the energy, but that's more of like depleting a battery. It will eventually recharge.
Okay.
Who gave it to her anyway?
She got
I
a.
don't know.
Did it happen like something that she?
Have note taker Animus.
Oh no, Jacob.
that. Wasn't it like
No, please, Jacob, don't make me look through them. Just tell her that she remembers.
Tell her she remembers.
Please.
I just don't remember when it happened. Birdie.
Birdie's like, pet me.
It happens.
When did it happen again? I forgot.
There's so many times when it could have happened.
I believe it happened around the time that you guys were in that prison with all the cloning weird shadow creature vats, if I remember correctly.
Oh.
And it just kind of happened. And it was after you received a vision. Do you remember that? You received a vision of
I just randomly turned
someone
to that page.
who looked kind of like your mom, but younger. Yeah, you remember that?
Okay. It all blurs together. It wasn't when we were in like the thing with all the vats, was it?
Yeah.
It was around that time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I just found that page.
It was near
Insane.
around the time you guys fought the demi-liches.
okay.
We were in the frost
Yeah.
world with the shadow creatures, right?
No, it was after that.
It was after? Because that's where we found all the vats.
No, you found vats.
Oh,
twice.
never mind. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. See, Caleb takes written notes. DM takes mental notes.
Well, it just says there's vats and it says creatures like the ones from the frost world,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
the
yeah.
ones that are actually in the frost world.
Come on, past Caleb. Take better notes.
I know. Well, that was just current Caleb not doing.
Currently, Caleb's reading skills maybe not as good
Oh!
as past Caleb's writing skills.
Wait, Theo was it that Theo was the only one dropped by a demi-lich?
That could be it.
She was
That's
the
a
only
theory.
one, but we killed all the demi-liches.
You did kill all the liches. And burned all the witches. And slammed in the back of my Dragular.
Oh my gosh.
Dang it!
Well-
That Bray didn't like that one.
You chased you chased the demi-lich through the observatory and down the hallway.
Yeah.
That's when
My
you got
first
dropped.
thought is go back to that place.
Now we're spending time. If we want to talk about spending time, like
It dies in
knows?
6 days.
no, I know that. I'm just I am not
She is
saying we
or
can't.
earlier.
Life or death.
I am not saying that we
And this
aren't
isn't
gonna
like,
do this
oh,
to
well,
save
she
her life.
explodes and then you bring her back to life. This is if Thea explodes, she is gone. You cannot bring her back. Abby has to make a new character or bring back Genevieve. Like, full on, Thea is gone. Gone, period, gone. Nothing
But-
brings her back except for maybe a wish spell.
So what I was
Maybe.
thinking was the time amount or the amount of time it would take us to go to find that. If we're wrong, we're probably 2 days into your 6-day limit.
That's already a 10% chance you're dead.
Yeah, and there's already a chance that your percentage dice rolls
Well,
that you're.
We've already been there. Can we not just teleport there?
Well, hold on. Well, I mean, Tasha's here, right? Do we want to just take the
Eating
risk? I mean,
cheese.
how much of a risk is it?
So the other option was Tasha,
If I had
and
to
then
put a percentage on it, Andrew, I'd say probably around 70% it goes bad.
no.
Now, it might not
I know.
outright kill her, but it would do serious damage. And, Thea, I'm sorry to say this, it could ruin your ability to use magic, period.
Ooh, that's not good.
No thanks. I'm good.
You could pray to your god. I mean, it never worked for me, but it might work for you.
Maybe. I mean, I'll go by myself if I have to. Like,
No. We'll go with you if we need to. Oh, I'm not even there. I'm not even.
You could also use Thea could make the ultimate sacrifice play and just explode on your
I'm not
enemies.
sure I'm quite there.
I can wish her back.
Maybe you don't know that it could work.
We
Wish
did-
does have
Oh,
limitations.
what can't a wish spell do?
You could
Can
wish
a
that it
wish?
exited my body.
Can a wish reconstitute a soul?
Maybe.
Well, I wish it to.
If I wish it.
Wait. What if?
If I wish for more wishes, does that?
What if we send her soul into one of the underworlds? Her body explodes with the magic inside it. Her soul is now existing still in the underworlds, and then we
Well, not to
reconstitute her
DM.
body.
Not to DM metagame, but Animus has an ability to rip a soul out of a body.
I know, that's what I was saying. I could take a.
Should we not go with it though?
No, your magic ability would stay assumingly the piece of magic would be
You
with your
don't
body.
know. You don't know how interwoven this is.
There's only one way to find out. Animus, do it.
As I'm
Like
asleep
Shang Tsung in Mortal Kombat.
from upstairs, I cast a spell while sleeping.
I too am upstairs.
Mist of the Screeching Soul. You see mist as it pours in through the floorboards up from my room.
Like a horror movie.
You are stuck for the next 18 seconds. You are unable to move. I was trying to remember how.
Saying we sent her in like a missile, and then I use power word kill. We just take them out. Good.
Yeah, we could take out at least 2 of them with Thea's sacrifice.
Also, Thea rolling 20d10 does not necessarily mean she deals 200 damage. It could be like,
That's
let's
good
see,
enough.
the lowest you could roll is 10. It goes from 10 to 200. That's your
Thea's
window.
explosion's barely a 9th level spell.
That would be hilarious if Thea exploded and then she rolled all ones. That would be, honestly, that'd be very, very funny.
Wouldn't that bare minimum be 20 then?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did math wrong. It's 20 to 200.
I wish to cast Meteor Swarm.
Can do that. Can do.
You see the bottle of wine is now empty. The cheeses are gone. The bread has been nibbled to everything but the crusts.
Alright. I'm gonna go to sleep.
Bye-bye.
Anzu heads up
Thea
to
just
his
found
room.
this out. We're like, we're all going to bed.
Yeah, I'm not going to sleep.
So if she doesn't sleep, it doesn't trigger.
It doesn't trigger, but
She has to take short rests
yeah.
until
But she'll start getting exhausted
sleep
from
tomorrow.
Yeah,
not.
I'm just not gonna go to sleep quite yet.
outside of this, outside of what's happening in game. Marquette is close to, or actually shares a border on with the sea that we're supposed to be going to find the vestige anyway.
Technically, so does Amon.
Yeah. So we'd just be crossing over the vestige and the Arashari to Marquette, and then from Marquette we'd move out into the ocean if we need to go Marquette to find out who touched Thea.
Well,
Jesus
why would we
Christ,
do
man.
that? Wait, was it in Marquette?
Yeah. It was in
Oh,
the
God.
deserts of
It was in the
Marquette.
desert. Yeah, it was in that
It's
old
terrible.
prison that used to be underwater, or used to be
Desert.
above water and then was underwater and was sealed with
Oh,
a
yeah.
obsidian sheet. And then you guys
It's
were
all
like,
coming back.
whatever. And then you went through it.
Goodness.
And then Flagon solved a puzzle. It's like the one puzzle you guys solved in a session.
No, we got better at it.
You have gotten better, I will say that.
So much better. Remember
Can't
that
wait
time
till
I
give you guys a word puzzle.
remember that time I won Connect 4? That's kind of a puzzle.
Remember Connect 4? Remember Chewbacca?
Do you remember
I remember.
Chewbacca?
I remember when I found out how to do this, I was like fascinated.
All right.
Sometimes I have random thoughts. I just imagine Tasha doing this. Oh,
What's that?
Brady, no. Oh, how does he do it?
Okay, hold on. Thea's having a big moment here. We need to not do the finger stuff.
She's contemplating. Jeez, Caleb.
You took it that way.
Everything about this is bad.
That wasn't even clear as Frazen Blue. Frazen Blue.
Tasha puts her hand on yours, Thea, and she looks you in the eyes and says, "The reason I'm here is because of that piece. I became aware of you because we will find the person that this truly belongs to. I have a feeling Western is your best bet. If what I'm hearing is true, that is. And I will keep searching too. I wanted to say this when no one else was around. The real reason I'm here is that there are rogue gods beginning to appear on the plain, sensing a coming apocalypse. I'm here to put them back where they belong. Think of me as kind of like a monster hunter, along with a few of my friends. But I thought I would make a little stop here first. The others are arriving tomorrow. If El can get his mind together. What's Birdie doing? Bridget, I'm going to... ball!
That immediately just got so loud. So you'll keep me updated if you learn anything.
I will try my best. There's one more thing that I can try if you do explode, but it's very risky.
What is it?
Essentially what I would do is put you in a pocket dimension that would hold you in place in the moment of the explosion until we could discover a way to fix it. It could take hours, it could take centuries. But to you, it would be less than the blink of an eye.
Okay. Jerry.
Where he's like, are we playing Dungeons and Dragons?
She wants my Dr. Pepper bottle.
No, I'm gonna take this.
Like mother, like daughter. And rogue gods from like other dimensions or planes of existence, or
Yes. Some of them are coming to feast on the chaos that an apocalypse brings. Others are merely sightseeing. Some gods are quite cruel in their
quite
callousness.
cavalier about the whole thing.
Well, when you've lived for eternity, the end of something is something you actually covet.
Must be nice for them. You said Western?
Yes.
God damn it.
When this first happened, I did see like a vision of like a younger version of my mother. And I thought it was just I was like hallucinating or something. But
Well, that is something to investigate.
maybe.
Thea, just know that sometimes when we put people on pedestals, they tumble off.
Uh-oh.
Now, if you excuse me, I have to go. I have some god wrangling to do tomorrow. If you need me, all you need to do is call. I do get quite lonely sometimes. I've enjoyed our chats.
Good to know. Thank you.
She gets up, puts her hat on, and then you see she like runs her fingers along the brim of it as it begins to kind of light, and then you see a small spark of arcane energy in between her fingers, and she throws it. A portal opens up, and you see a city that you've never seen before. Multiple tiers, just massive city with a large dock. It looks like Amon if Amon was about 5 times bigger. And she walks through it partially and she turns around. Good luck, Thea. And please don't explode. She walks through. Portal closes behind her.
It's much more fun than I thought.
Good
And
thing it
with
was
that-
that one, not the other one.
We will end tonight's session.
Gosh darn it. That's
We
insane.
want to
Turn
say
into it.
thank you so much for watching. We appreciate it greatly. Hi to everyone who's watching it on YouTube. And we hope to see you next week. Maybe. I don't know. We might. I don't know. We'll see. We hope to see you soon.